Hey y'all, it's April the 4th, 2015, the day before the resurrection, Easter Sunday. Real quick, story out of AP. I just read it. It's hot off the presses. This story was just posted up an hour ago off the AP. It's Associated Press, so you know it's good. Talking about Seattle. Namely talking about three counties in particular. I have a lot of dogs. They say people are getting lazy and they're not picking up dog poops. This is a problem. It's become a problem for them. Now, this kind of hits close to home. I don't live in Seattle or anywhere near Seattle. But I have had numerous conversations about people and poop or dog poop. How the fact is that I don't pick it up. Some people might think I'm a bad person for that. First of all, I don't take my dogs very many places, all right? So I don't have to be picking up their poop so much, except from the backyard. I toss it over to the fence. Anyways, these people are getting fined over $100 for their dog's poops. Now, this has already been going on. People have been getting fined for their dogs pooping in places. That's not news, but what is news is this. Now, in Seattle, people in various apartment complexes, such as Potala Village Apartments, are setting up deals with uh, a laboratory testing place in Knoxville, Tennessee. I believe it's called BioPet Vet Labs or something like that. They do poop prints. So they're DNA testing the poop. So they don't have to see or take pictures of you and your dog pooping places. They'll simply find your poop, analyze it in a test kit or send it off to some test laboratory, and they'll find out your dog's DNA, and they'll fine you over $100 each time. One lady, she got fined about $500 in 1 week. Let's start on pause there for a second so that you could understand just how crazy this is. There's a lot of people and they love to throw those things at you. First of all, they give people who are against dog poops will give you all sorts of reasons why you're supposed to pick up your dog's poops. I've heard them all before, and the main ones being like, oh man, they're going to upset the water supply. It's going to trickle down and get into some sort of river. And then how are you going to feel about yourself because you let it happen? Let me let you in on a little something. Dogs, as well as other animals, many other animals, shit on the ground. Now, if I'm bringing up something you had no idea about, please do some research. Most of these animals are shitting on the ground. Sometimes it washes away and goes God knows where. I don't know, but it's been doing that for many, many, many years. So that's not a problem. So, first of all, I'm not taking my dog any crazy places, like in someone's place of business, to take poops. My dog happens to take poops. It's probably because they found grass. It's probably because there's trees around. That's why they're taking poops. So a lot of people would throw out, you know what I'm saying? What about the little kids? And they love to throw kids in your face. First of all, you don't love kids like I do. Anyway, secondly, um, if there is a little kid out there and they're playing around, playing, I mean, I guess probably supervised, but I mean, in a fashion that they could maybe come around poops, and they don't know that poops exist. These little kids don't know that animals sometimes take shits on the ground. They're living in a world where they're hopping and skipping and jumping, and they're not even aware that animals take shits on the ground ever. So they're not even ever looking at the ground, and somehow they're gonna get covered in this shit, covered in these poops somehow. because they're completely unaware that this takes place. My dog's not pooping on playground equipment and things like that. It's in the grass somewhere. You need to watch where you step. This is the laws of nature. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, any sort of reason they could throw at you, it's easy to shoot them down. As far as, I mean, but let's think about this. Take it back for a second. 50 or 60 years ago. How many people did you see picking up poops off the ground and putting them in plastic bags? How many do you think, even if you're not that old? How many do you think there were? Probably none. Probably it never existed. Probably people would laugh at you if you said, "Hey, pick up your dog's poop, put it in a plastic bag, so that you can carry it around and put it in another plastic bag, and eventually it's gonna get somewhere good." It's like they pooped on the ground where it belonged. Anyways, here before I end this video, AP, just want to say something to you. That's my dog knocking around the dang computer, just being a hassle. But I want to say this to you. I'm not the doctor of common sense at all. That's E.T. Williams. I do, however, have common sense. And here's the thing, this wasn't my idea. I've actually seen it before. Instead of finding people, instead of taking their dog's poops, DNA testing it, going through all the trouble that that takes in order to find people, first of all, $60. It costs $60 to do each test. That's off top. And it costs another $50 for the trouble that they had to go through to collect the damn poop and DNA sample it. Alright? That's $110 that you're gonna have to come out of pocket automatically each time they find a dog's poop that's your dog's poop. Allegedly, because you know there could be DNA tampering and all sorts of stuff. Maybe they'll say your dog pooped 2 miles away, and your dog's never been there. How are you gonna prove that that's not your dog's poop? See how crazy this is? Instead, and I've seen this before, instead of charging for each poop that you find, instead of that, why don't you go ahead and hire someone who needs a job? Because I guarantee you'll find someone. And hell, you could pay them $20 an hour to go around picking up poop. Now, that's not the best job ever, but you know what? For $20, you're going to find someone to do it. Absolutely. They're going to be happy to do it. And at $20 an hour, now you simply have to charge maybe like say every pet owner, I don't know, a couple pennies a month. That'll easily pay for this person to have a job and just pick up the poops. And it'll cost way less money than going through the trouble collecting poops and analyzing them of dogs. I mean, in every way that's better. In my situation, you just have someone picking up poop, throwing it in a bag, and not thinking twice about it. Your situation, you have someone carefully collecting a poop, doing God knows what with it, putting it in a kit. Somehow this kit tells the DNA, and of course, it's not going to tell it instantly. It's going to take a while, so now you got to keep these poops in order. This is crazy. Why in the world would you ever do it? That's Seattle, Washington for you. Seattle, Washington, and you got other places like New York City. You got other places like Portland, Oregon, Austin, Texas. These are breeding grounds for this sort of thing. This is where they like to experiment on just how far that they could push people. They're DNA testing poops on the ground from your dog, finding you a whole bunch of money. Anyways, thought you want to know about that.